Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritual View. It is Thursday evening. It is August the 28th, I believe. Is that correct, ladies? Yep. 2025. We've been chatting online before we got started, so we're laughing and having a good time. It is Thursday. It's almost the end of the week in the United States. It's a holiday weekend, so we hope that everyone's going to be safe in their travels. If you are new to the channel, we do Thursday lives and we talk about the current astrology and the energy of the planet. We also do a collective card pull of the energy, and we also try to pull as many cards for viewers as we can. So if you tonight would like a card pull for you, put your heart in the chat and we will see what we can do to get to as many as we can. And we've got a good lineup tonight, but before we go there, let's introduce our wonderful co-host. We have Wendy, who is with us. We have Dawn. We have Morgan, who had our Wednesday divine forecast, and myself, Cerise. So we are welcoming everyone in. And if you are a returning champ, thank you again for your love and support of the channel. We see lots of you joining, so thanks. Now, just a couple of announcements. For those of you who did not get to join us last week on the 21st, we had a wonderful session with Betsy Morgan, and she is a spiritual teacher and channeler extraordinaire. She is trained with many world-renowned leaders like Deepak Chakra, all sorts of teachers. And so she did a live with us and answered lots of questions from our viewers, some questions from this panel. We had a blast with her. So if you haven't had a chance to go back and look at the video because it's really powerful, the messages. Announcing a couple of classes. Dawn is actually teaching. It's called Learn As You Go. It's an introductory astrology class. We did a live last night. That was the 27th. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, Dawn actually went over Wendy's chart and my chart and took questions from the audience about their own charts. So it's really allowing you to understand your birth chart, what it means for you, and to learn a little bit more about basic astrology. We also have coming up on Saturday, September the 6th, we have our full moon ritual in Pisces. It's the lunar eclipse. And so we'll be doing a live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we hope that you will be able to join us because those are fun. We get to light candles and burn things that we want to release. And we so enjoy that. And again, hopefully you will be able to join us. So anyone else have an announcement or a message that you need to deliver, or are we good? All right. So as you're joining, ladies and gentlemen, just put a heart in the chat if you want a card pull this evening. And as usual, we get started with a quick energy clearing. And it's been a week. Dawn started off the week talking about towers and this energy of hold your tongue, keep it calm, and that the energies would kind of settle themselves out by, you said, the weekend. And so we still have a few more days. So if you still need to hold your tongue, just remember that and just be calm. But again, I invite everyone just to relax in your chair. Or if you're lying down, wherever you are, let's close our eyes. And we are just going to start by taking a couple of nice, deep, cleansing breaths and relax. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And as we inhale again, we're inhaling peace. And we're exhaling distraction. Let's inhale again some more of that peace. And exhale distraction. Just to continue to relax. Let go of any tension in your body. And we're going to visualize that we have roots growing down from our feet into Mother Earth. And she is grounding us by holding us steady and safe. We're just relaxing into the earth, relaxing into our bodies, We're releasing any kind of mental chatter. Now let's imagine a soft wave of light that washes over our thoughts and our mind. It clears away the monkey mind, our worries, and all that busy energy. Allow this beautiful light to quiet our inner dialogue so that your awareness can expand into stillness. Say silently to yourself, I release all distractions. I choose stillness and presence. We see this column of shimmering light now that's above our heads, connecting us to the higher realms. It could be angelic realms, galactic realms, realm of the divine. Feel this light opening our crown chakra, expanding our awareness, and aligning us with divine wisdom. And as you sit in this beautiful energy, allow yourself to sense the presence of your guides, angels, or galactic beings offering subtle messages of love, of truth, of authenticity. Now bring your focus to your inner vision and intuition. Ask yourself clearly, what messages are here for me now? What synchronicities are guiding me forward? Trust what you see, what you feel, any impressions or gentle words that surface. Do not analyze them, simply receive them. They are messages from your guides, your angels, from the higher realms. Imagine golden and violet light wrapped around you now, sealing you in clarity, in presence, and in trust. Now place your hand on your heart and again affirm, I am open to receive guidance. I am attuned to the higher realms. I welcome in synchronicities as signs of my alignment, my divine purpose and mission. I am open and one with the divine. And so it is. All right, over, Dawn, to you.
Well, hello. I'm glad that we have so many new people here. And also, I hope that you had an opportunity to look and be part of that new moon intention setting, because I really feel that what we did is really set up this whole Virgo season as we are getting ready. There are big things going to be coming in, and I will say that you probably felt the energies of Venus because she walked into Leo, and then poor thing had confusion with Neptune and Saturn right there. And then with the same energy all happening at one time, in opposition with Pluto. So big into the feels, not really sure how you feel about something, being confused. So I think that is definitely what this energy was this week. And I talked about that earlier, that this would be probably the case. And with Mercury and Leo, I would be hesitant, because anything that Mercury is saying now is going to be, it's not going to be a secret, because we're in Leo, and that has a tendency to be out. So what I would say about this week is it's going to be calmer energy this weekend. Thank goodness. We are actually in the eclipse energy. We started that on the 1st at 0 degrees. Everybody is getting this energy, because 0 to 29 degrees is all being activated because of this new moon that happened. So wherever you have Pisces or Virgo, that's the axis, and Sagittarius and Gemini, they're going to be in a square. So things in that area, you're going to have things that you have to deal with. And you may have had that already this week. I know I'm going to have a square to my ascendant with this 15-degree full moon that's coming up. So what I want you to think about coming up this week is what's really going to be happening up until we get that eclipse energy is Uranus is going to stand still. When the outer planets stop to go retrograde or move direct, when they stop, they have greater strength. It's more intense. Yeah, towers everywhere. I think we had a lot of readings about towers. I had towers coming out in my readings, and you probably felt that the past 3 or 4 days for sure. What I would say is we are going to get an opportunity because Uranus is that higher octave of Mercury, and it's that galactic energy, that angelic energy. And Mercury is going to square Uranus. So what I would say, and that's going to happen before this full moon eclipse happens, that through next week, pay attention to synchronicities, what your angels might be telling you, what your guides might be trying to tell you, because I think you're going to get guidance. And again, the Virgo energy, I feel, is leading us through being embodied in our home. And what I learned this week is, again, the energies that happened back in March, the retrograde energies of Venus and Mercury that were not fun, are going to be reignited because Saturn is going to go back over those areas. And Saturn was with Venus and Mercury during that eclipse season, during that time. So you might get some of the same energies. The good news is that will help us to straighten things out into a more permanent way. It's Saturn. Saturn is going to fix the problem as long as we stay out of fear and stay out of anger and go, okay, this is the problem that presented itself. You work the problem and be grounded. And you work the problem. And it can be anything from bigger to smaller, where you just go, okay, I'm not going to be triggered. I know that's really hard because it was a really rough 3 or 4 days. But when you really stop and know that this is a test, that this will take you through the energies that are building up into next February when we have the big astrology happening. To me, this whole Virgo season and eclipse season is like, okay, things are going to change, but stay grounded. Virgo is earth energy. And it's also very much about the home, the hearth, and with blending with the mind. Pisces is spiritual energy. The lower level of Pisces is victimhood. But you don't want to stay in that energy. You want to be thankful for everything that you have, all the things that are working out for you. Never, ever say, I don't know how things could get any worse. The universe will say, here, hold my beer. So always be positive in your energy, and everything is always working out for me. And that will smooth things through. You will have inconveniences. I can't ever take those away from you. But Saturn is saying, do a little bit every day to work this problem out. And then you get the reward when it goes direct and straightens out and has a nice prize basically at the end, because you've done the work, and Saturn always rewards the work, always. So Deborah, others may test your spirit. Yeah. So ask the messages to come in from your angels and guides, because they are really going to be trying to talk to you this week. Be in that quiet mode, be in that more peaceful mode. And what I'm going to do is I'll turn this over to Sari, and we're going to do a reading regarding what our angels and guides want us to know collectively. And then we'll do it for everyone individually that we can get to in this reading. So let's go ahead and go to Sari.
All right. So I am pulling for the collective, and I had to pull from this deck because it's messages from angels and guides. And this is the Angels and Auras deck. And I love this deck. It's a little new to me. So tonight, the message for the collective is actually such a beautiful message. This is Archangel Jophiel. I keep attracting archangels lately. I have no idea what's going on, but she is the archangel of wisdom and beauty. And you can see that she's surrounded by this beautiful golden light, and she's got these beautiful pink wings. Sometimes when I see her, she's pink, and sometimes she's more like pinkish orange. She's got more orange to her. But anyway, you can see this, the beauty of her wings, the beauty that she brings. And I'm going to read this. And she is the archangel of compassion, of self-care. We've been talking about self-care and compassion for others, but also compassion for ourselves, because many of us are still beating up on ourselves for either not being perfect or not doing enough or not coulda, shoulda, woulda. And so it's also around appreciating beauty. I'll share with you this morning, I was on a walk by the ocean at 7 a.m. and I was telling the ladies that at 7 a.m. there were humpback whales that were, going and flipping the tails over. Then behind them were a set of dolphins, and then behind them were the sea lions. And I was just really appreciating the beauty of these creatures. And they were really close into shore, so you had a really good view of them. And I was just kind of overwhelmed, and I got really excited for the day. But she's also reminding us to uplift our thoughts to a place of positivity. And this is, Dawn, what you said. We have to focus on being positive, because the universe is going to bring us what we think. And so our thoughts lead to our actions and our behaviors, but also the vibration of what we attract. Joe Field helps us see ourselves in a more loving way and encourages us to take care of ourselves physically and emotionally. When this card is present, it indicates that you're doing a good job of self-care while also giving a loving hand to those around you. Radiant pink is defined as the color of perfection and unconditional love. When pink is present in the aura, it represents self-love and self-care. It's often seen around people with incredible, compassionate hearts. The universal message with pink is that the universe and your angels love you and see you exactly as you are. So if you see pink, or if you're around pink, this is your sign. Archangel Joe Field is nearby, and she is reminding you to take good care of yourself, to honor yourself, to pat yourself on the back for being good and kind and compassionate, noticing the beauty around you, getting still enough to notice it, and just drinking in all of this, this beautiful, loving, unconditional energy. And Dawn, I think that's going to help us as we're coming out of these towers and some of this really disruptive energy. And Archangel Joe Field says, please call upon her to bring in this beautiful energy and to see the beauty around us that sometimes we don't get still enough to see. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Wendy.
All right. So I pulled from the Cosmic Journey Oracle, and I got the 25 card, The Phoenix Rises into Joyful Abundance. And I'm going to need my glasses. Sorry. All right. So this is kind of looking towards, the different paths in front of us. We have, it is time to surrender your former smallness to your destiny of greatness. Are you ready to fully step forward into the total transformation of your business, your life, and your legacy, knowing you won't be the same again? It's a scary thought because our identities are so closely aligned with who we think we are, with our existing business or previous accomplishments. But all of that is just R&D for what lies ahead. It's not about starting over. It's about taking everything you've developed, built, researched, succeeded with, failed at, intuited, struggled through, and overcome. Every relationship you've nurtured, every network connection made, goodwill cultivated, reputation built, skills developed. It's all brought to you right here and right now to this moment. And like a phoenix rising, your emergence into joyful abundance is inevitable. So even with all of this kind of tumultuous tower energy that we've been having over and over and getting pummeled by, really, it's, we keep saying it's necessary. It's because you have to be able to kind of rise again like the phoenix from the ashes, right? And become this kind of new version of yourself. And it's not like you don't get to take everything that you have learned with you. That's the point, is you're going through all of this so that you can take all of that with you and rise up even stronger than you were before. So I love that message and moving forward with all of this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pass to Morgan.
Thanks, Wendy. Okay, so the card that came out for the collective for what messages do our angels and guides have for us is, I'm pulling from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck. And the card that came out was Hello from Heaven. And this says, your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you a sign and symbols to show you how much they love you, to prove that they're with you at this time. This card comes forth now because you may be thinking of someone you're missing. So this serves as validation that he or she is still with you. When a loved one passes and leaves the physical world, the familiar methods of ordinary communication get interrupted for a time until a new form of communication is established. Spirit people are trying to get your attention through special signs and symbols. This is their new way of connecting with you. Trust that it's really your loved one's presence you're feeling, acknowledging when they visit you in your dreams and when they send you a specific scent that reminds you of them. Another way for them to let you know they're around is blinking lights, TV sets turning on and off, shiny pennies and dimes suddenly appearing, or even cell phones ringing with their name being displayed. These are just some of the many signs, symbols, so put a loving thought out to them and let them know that you're ready to receive more and that they've got your attention. Be thankful for these signs and symbols. Cherish and hold them close to your heart, for they truly are hellos from heaven. I find this is really nice. Just confirmation if anyone's been seeing these type of signs, especially when I personally get these types of signs and going through, situations in life. I find it so reassuring that I'm protected, that my ancestors from the other side and even my spirit guide, they're right there. So just acknowledge, say thank you. And that's the card that I have for the collective. Thank you. And with that, I'll pass it on to Dawn.
Hello, and I am reading from the Mystic Sisters deck. And the card that came out was Bast. And she is very much the goddess of the Egyptian home and hearth. So she is the protector of the home and children. And this, to me, is very much Virgo energy, that we have a sacred space. We have that place in our homes where, we feel love, we feel joy. We are creating a safe space. I think we talked about in the new moon where we are creating a sacred circle of energy around ourselves to protect our families and ourselves. Because I think what's going on there's so much chaos going on that I think we need to have a place of calm and connectedness. And that is your home, that you can feel, okay, I'm just going to take a breath here. I'm just going to ground myself. I'm going to be me. And I think that's very important in all these Virgo energies and the messages that are going to be coming through. And especially with the eclipse energies, the eclipses are going to be happening for your greatest and highest good. Always, that's the most important message, that that there are going to be events, but the events are designed to get us out of our comfort zone because we wouldn't change otherwise. And it does require change. So create a safe space for yourself in your home, a place that you can feel comfortable, where you can watch Netflix or whatever that you want to do, eat popcorn, all of that, and just enjoy those moments as much as you can, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the still getting those last bits of summer in. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, light that fire, because there's nothing better than a fire pit going on for relaxation and to meditate. So with that, we will start going through to our individual reads. So Sari, back to you.
Yeah, thank you. Those are some amazing cards. So, if you're in the chat again, if you want a, individual card pull, we'll try to get to as many of you as we possibly can. So, starting off tonight is Moon Mama. I love the word mama because I'm from the deep south, and so we use mama a lot. But Moon Mama, this is your card. So the message is: what are the messages from angels and guides for you during this season or this week? And so I pulled from the Voice of the Souls. It's a newer deck for me. It's a beautiful oracle deck. And the card that I pulled, Moon Mama, is Calm. It's a 7, which is a very sacred number. And you see it, she looks Egyptian, and she's looking up at the sun and the moon, and she's got palm trees around her. And it says, your soul may be feeling some sort of inner upheaval. You feel something important is on the way, and you might feel hesitant about making a decision for fear of maybe making a mistake. So there's some sort of decision or something in front of you, Moon Mama, that is making you either hesitate or step back for a moment. And it says, you were truly connected to your spiritual, intuitive, and psychic ability. So don't second guess yourself. If your heart tells you it is right, then this is guidance to, the saying, stay calm and carry on. You've seen that. They're on t-shirts, it's almost like Mind the Gap in the UK. But I used to live in London, and they would have the crown, and they would say, stay calm and carry on. So this is your stay calm and carry on, Moon Mama, that if you're in the situation where you have a decision that's in front of you, your heart is going to tell you, and this is what the angels actually, they're guiding you to stay calm, because when you are in a situation of being calm, just like Dawn was saying, you're grounded, your energies are clear, and you can receive the messages, the synchronicity. So you actually might see some sort of specific sign or synchronicity. So if you want to get affirmation, say, send me a feather, or let me see a blue car, or whatever it is, that is a confirmation that you are making the right decision. And if you allow this, the things that you have been waiting for are going to start to manifest, and it's going to bring you whatever this move is or decision that you need to make. It is going to bring you a lot of joy. So whatever hesitation or kind of like, ooh, not sure, you might feel like you're jumping off the cliff, but your angel guides are saying, you're exactly where you need to be. This is very destined. It's sacred. Listen to your intuition. Stay very calm and grounded. And in the stillness, the answers will come. So that's for Moon Mama. And I'm going to pass it next to Wendy.
Oh, there we go. It helps if I do that. All right. I'm still trying to figure out this whole setup we have here. Well, I pulled for Jennifer Marsh, and this is from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And I have the 28 card of movement. Okay. So right now, your angels and guides are telling you that you are in a time of positive forward motion. So this is the time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts, and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. So very much part of this collective energy we're going through, that whole like kind of the phoenix thing rising up, and you're moving on. So moving forward. This is also what a 28, so that's a 10 card. So you're kind of finishing off a cycle, getting ready to begin and kind of be born again into your new cycle. So I hope that resonates for you, and we're going to go ahead and move on to Morgan.
Thanks, Wendy. Okay, so I am pulling a card for Tony Taylor, and I'm pulling from the Angel Answers Oracle cards. And I don't know if you've been in a situation right now where you've been kind of stressing, like, how is this going to go? But I've got some good news for you, because the card that came out for you was success. Okay, I see a lot of joy. There's a lot of expansion, energy expansion. I'm even seeing like some maybe like increase in finances. I saw it with these little chips of gold here. So it says success. Congratulations, you're on the road to success. You needn't have any reservations about your situation, as it's going to work out beautifully. Part of living a successful life is taking care of yourself. It's wonderful to have many things to be grateful for, but make sure you don't wear yourself down by working too hard. Take time to enjoy peace in your life. So I feel like this is just confirmation. This is so that you're not ruminating and stressing about your current situation. This looks like a big yes, and it looks like you're going to leap for joy. I hope that helps. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Dawn.
Hello, I'm so excited. I'm reading for MC, and what I'm going to mention is MC. I actually had your chart, and I looked at it briefly, just long enough to tell you Jupiter is your time lord for the year. Sagittarius and Pisces are what you should be focusing on, and you've got things going on with the eclipses that are going to affect those, and that'll be in good ways. And the cards are telling you that you have a new story coming in. That is what this is about. This is about a new story that is coming in for you. And it's another card came out with it, was the Uncharted Sea. So it's completely going to be something amazing, because it's not anything you've had happen before. I love that we have the key there from Hecate, and we had the new moon. So hopefully you took a look at the new moon and were part of that new moon ceremony. But really, this is stretching all the way in to this energy. So I want you to be aware that, you know, there are some really good energies opening up for you. I think you've had issues in the past where it's like you haven't been confident about moving forward. Do I think it's quite the time? Not quite. I think it's a time to hold on and wait for everybody should be waiting for the eclipse energies to pass and see what messages come in for your angels and guides. But this is talking about a brand new story for you. So, and people are sometimes afraid of that, about the new thing that's going to be happening. I want to say people's jobs are going to be ending, you know, with the whole AI stuff. We have to expect that. But for you, it's like, okay, uncharted territory, you're going to be fine. Going to be just fine. So that is your message. And we can move forward. So that's the benefit of having read your stuff before, is that I have your chart on file. So there you go. We'll go on to back to Sari.
Okay. So I am going to read, and I might mispronounce your name. It's either Nafis or Nafise Rushi, and I'm new to you. And so I was really drawn to your name. What a beautiful name. And so I pulled from the Energy Oracle deck, and this is a card for you, and it was really lovely. So it's a number 2 card, which is kind of high priestess energy. But you see this beautiful woman standing on a bridge, and she's got rainbow energy all around her. And this is around journey. So you may be finding yourself packing your bags. So the journey card foretells upcoming travel or a shift in location. It could be as simple as a vacation, a retreat, a class, or a work-related trip. So it didn't always mean that you're going to pick up and move countries or house. It could signal a move, but it indicates that the plan should go off without a hitch. Still be mindful about your motivations and mindful of logistics. All of life is a journey, and this card is telling you that you have some exciting and inspiring adventures ahead. So you might be contemplating a trip, or might be thinking, should I do this? Should I not? But what Spirit is basically saying is, if you are nudged, take whatever the opportunity is to travel, to see something different, or if there is a relocation opportunity, it is a time that is very good for you to consider. And part of the high priestess energy and trusting your intuition is getting still enough to hear the messages. What does your heart tell you? Does the energy feel right? Does it feel aligned? And whether this is going off and, going to a new place to travel or to relocate, again, your energy and your intuition, use your high priestess energy to help guide you. If you get an opportunity in the future, or you get nudged to go somewhere to do something, it could be a new class, as an example, where you've got to travel. So thank you for coming to the channel. It's my first introduction to you, and thank you so much for being here. And I will pass it on to Wendy.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I'm juggling a lot of things right here. Okay, here we go. So I pulled a card for Christy. This is from the Alice the Wonderland Oracle, and I got 17 growing up. So this is part of just doing the work, right? So this is having an understanding that the years bring their lessons to you. Embrace becoming an elder. Watching time make its marks upon you and embracing the signs of aging, understanding the wisdom that can come with age. So by being young at heart, yet yearning for encounters that will help you evolve, grow, and experience the fullness of life. I would also say, just kind of taking stock of where you've been and where you are going, where you want to be, and realizing how far you've already come, and, taking those things with you and sharing your stories and really, owning your journey. You're doing better than you think you are. Okay. So I think this is kind of a time for reflection and seeing how much work you've already put in, and knowing that even though there is work moving forward, you've got this because you have been there before. You've already learned several things. You're ready to move forward with this. So I hope that resonates for you, Christy. And we're going to go ahead and pass on to Morgan.
Thanks, Wendy. So I'm pulling a card for Anna, and this is from the Oracle of the Fairies. And the card that came out for you, Anna, is Ask for Help. And it says, angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. And the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. There are times in our lives when we need celestial assistance, and that time may be now. Angels are omnipresent, non-denominational beings who can be called upon for help by anyone at any time for any kind of assistance, from clearing congested traffic to fast healing after a medical procedure. Perhaps you're very independent and you feel like you can sort out everything and anything on your own without help. Fairies, too, are generally self-sufficient creatures and can usually deal with any challenges that might arise. But on occasion, even the fairies need a little divine intervention and may ask for angelic help, a helping hand. It makes perfect sense. If we humans can call on the angels, why wouldn't the fairies ask for angelic intervention too? This card may be telling you that an angelic boost would be beneficial for you or someone you know at this time. With this card, the fairies are willing you to call on a personal guardian angel to help you through any tricky situation you may be experiencing. The fairies will also sprinkle some fairy dust on you to give you some cheer and joy during challenging times, or even if you just need a fairy boost. Please note that sometimes fairies are referred to as angels of nature or nature angels, but they're not celestial angels. The roles are very different from one another, though they sometimes meet somewhere in the middle. Remember that there are no rules and that angels are happy to work with you, fairies, humans alike, when it's for the highest good of all. Yeah, so I feel like I'm just picking up a message on this card. I just want to say, before you feel like you're sinking in too deep, ask for help. Like before you feel like things are piling up and it's getting too much, just every day in the morning or a few times a day, ask for assistance before you start to feel like you're getting overwhelmed and it's too much. So I hope that helps, Anna. Thank you so much. And I'm going to turn it over to Dawn.
Okay, I am reading for Girl Gone and the amazing. Yeah, I snuck that in there, Wendy. um, I have to say this. She asked the question. I had a vision of an older lady today in gypsy clothing. So I specifically asked that question, who was this woman? And out of the deck floated this card, and this card is Seeing Beyond. So I think it was definitely a guide opening up to you in that sense. And then after I had pulled this card, I looked down and then I realized that I had pulled from the Mystic Sisters earlier today. So obviously I was the one that was supposed to draw for you today because the Mystic Sisters was the first deck that I picked up. So this being what is coming forward for you, I don't know if you have a lot of experience with guides, but what I will say is this: I do think this is a guide for you. I think that this is you opening up more. I think you should trust this. I think that one of the things that we all need to be aware of is first the guides start with getting us the number sequences like 111, 444, a number that we recognize all the time. That's their way of starting to get our attention. And when they start to do that, then we get other synchronicities in. It's like they're playing charades with us so they can form a way to have a conversation. And I think this is what's happening with you, is that you are starting to open up more and be willing to listen to this energy that's coming through. I think this is true for a lot of people right now. And it's your guide though, and you're going to have to work out your own language with that person or what things mean. That's the biggest part to it, is that each guide talks to you in a different manner. And that is what you can open up to. The other thing it says here, which I found was really interesting, just looking at what the message was from here, is that know that your vision, what you are forming in the invisible, will be delivered into the material world. Don't worry about the timing of things. That is in the hands of the universe. Your job is to continue to imagine, take a few steps forward, then imagine some more. The universe's job is to make it real. What a fabulous partnership. So definitely call on your angels and guides, say more, more, more. And I'm really excited for you because I think this is you coming in. Everybody's going to get this. Everybody's going to get an upgrade, a glow up. So be aware that those things are going to be happening for you. It starts with the little things like the numbers. That's them jumping up and down and waving. And once you see that, they're overjoyed and then they try something else. So be on the lookout for what's going on. So let's go back to Sari.
Okay. Thank you, Dawn. Well, I pulled for Sheza. Hi, Sheza. It's nice to meet you, and thanks for being here. I pulled from the Cosmic Oracle deck, and the messages are identical to what Dawn and Morgan just said. 2 cards flew out, so I decided to take them both. And the first one is Celestial Teacher. Look at that, Sheza. And it says, you are a spiritual being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. And this card represents your ability to manifest a reality of your own choosing. You've come a long way, and the world of manifestation that you now find yourself in reflects the wisdom, insight, and clarity that you have embraced so far. If you are drawing this card, Spirit is encouraging you to share your wisdom with the world. Unlimited power, light, and sacred knowledge flows through you, for your heart is open and your mind is clear. But you have to trust in yourself and your abilities as a teacher, because you have a strong connection to the universal energies of love. And to allow this to happen, the divine needs to come through you. But again, the message is very similar. We all have to get still to hear the messages and to see the signs and synchronicities. And if you do that, the second card that popped out was Celebration. And it's going to be a wonderful time. I think you're going to be blossoming. See this beautiful, I think it's a lotus blossom. It looks like lotus, but you're a flower that is just blossoming right now and coming into your own. And I think many of us are feeling the downloads and the expansion. So Sheza, go with it, baby, and just allow what the divine wants to bring you, to allow it to come in, but don't be afraid to share who you are, your wisdom, your authenticity with others around you, because it's really powerful and your stories are powerful. So Don't be small, be really big right now, but at the same time, make sure you're listening to the signs and synchronicities and listen to what spirit is guiding you to do. It's a beautiful message. And so with that, I'll turn it to Wendy.
Okay, so I am reading for Parts Runner, and I pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle. And this is the 7 Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life Expressions. I love this. So you see all these ladies dancing around in the heavens there in the skies. So there are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book. Perhaps you're being called to weave beauty into your home or in the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity. So to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life, for where there's creativity, spirit, and soul are present. And the world needs those qualities more now than ever before. And, I think that's just beautiful. And I agree wholeheartedly. I think we all need a little bit of this energy right now. So I hope that resonates for you, Parts Runner. And I'm going to pass off to Morgan.
Thanks, Wendy. So I'm pulling a card for Maria Reyes, and I'm pulling again from the Spirit Messages deck. And so the card that came out was Stay Connected. Okay, this says we're all born connected to spirit, often known as divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to the source. This card signifies that you're possibly overreaching and striving too hard in the material world for things that will make you feel good, or you're looking for specific answers. When you're constantly reaching outward to achieve and acquire more and more, it's easy to slip further away from the spark, your life force, and your soul may wander off in its original track. While we're all born connected to spirit, the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us will be replaced with another source of substitutes such as food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone, or even work. Hence the term workaholic. Many of us have spent our lives trying to fill that void that was created when the link of the divine was broken. This card is your wake-up call. It's time to pull back from the stresses and strains of daily life and seek out that inner place of silence, calmness, and peace. Meditation will help you connect to that source once again and provide you with the opportunity to step back and view your current life from the eyes of your soul. Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of light coming in for you, Maria. But I feel like you're gonna just with like the connection's gonna be quick again. The spark. I don't know if you're feeling disconnected, but I just feel like this is gonna give you a real sense of renewal, being connected in meditation, prayer, whatever you need to do to get kind of in a quiet, calm, peaceful place again, just to feel that sense of grounding. And I feel right away you're going to feel some sort of like energy and light and just like almost like plugging in again and feeling just reconnected and vibrant again. So I hope that message helps you. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to pass it to Dawn.
Hello, I am reading for Jana, and I'm really excited because I feel this is it's from the Oracle of the Seven Energies, but it's the Rose's Kiss. And this is very much about taking the time to separate yourself from the noises of the world. I feel like I'm getting the sensation of traffic noises and things that just static, right? This is about reveling in all of your senses. It's about really appreciating what the earth energy has brought in. The smell of flowers, the beautiful greens that will be changing color as we go into the fall. The sensation of how does it feel when you touch the bark on a tree? What it's asking is that we disengage from, quote unquote, the real world of 9-to-5 jobs and all this other energy, and just take in the moment of, I can hear the church bells ringing. I can see kids playing in the playground. I can hear children laughing. All of those things make the world such a better place. And that's what we need to appreciate more. And that's the sensation that I'm getting is, I think you've got a lot of natural power in you, Jana. And I know you're very connected with music and sound. So I think that is what we need to concentrate on, is that fills you up. What are the things that come naturally? And they're all free. They're all free. Listening, watching a brook is one of my favorite things. So what this is really saying is that, the 5 senses are aching to be engaged right now. Very true. It's going to ground us back into the earth. This is a sacred part of this gift of life. By being present to the sensual world, you invite an even deeper spiritual experience. So it is time to stop and hug a tree or anything like that. But I feel that is the energy that we're getting and what we are going to really appreciate. And what's really going to help us through a lot of different things is just like, okay, I need to go, stand next to a tree and put my feet in the grass or watch a fire, anything like that. So I will go ahead and turn this over to Sarit.
Okay. All right. So we have time for one more. So I got Miss Erica for the evening. And Miss Erica, I pulled a card for you from the Oracle of the Seven Energies as well. It's one of my favorite decks. And I love this card. This is called Wish Upon a Star. And look at this little girl. This might have been you as a little girl. Look at all the stars around her and her hands on her heart. Probably, saying her prayer of what she's wanting in her life. It is really a beautiful energy. And it says, intentions based on your desires and aspirations, the act of consciously committing to a vision. And this is the all around, Miss Erica, do you actually really believe your dreams? Do you actually have the belief that you can make your dreams come true? And I actually think this is a message for all of us, because oftentimes we'll throw stuff out to the universe, but yet, are we really convinced that we deserve it or that it's going to come true? And sometimes we're our greatest limitation because we want to manifest. But when we ask the universe, we have to be convicted and clear that this is absolutely what we want. So, Miss Erica, part of this card is around allowing your dream to come true and to really actually push yourself to really wish upon a star, something that you really want, and be bold and be brave, because little kids don't have any fear. Have no fear. And I'm getting a message of just be fearless and just dare to dream big and believe and put it out to the universe. And it's going to come back to you, maybe even bigger and brighter than what you imagine. But remember, the rule of the universe is we can set our intentions, but we can't tell the universe exactly how to deliver it, like when it's going to come and how it's going to show up. and what form it is. And so we have to let that part go. But you are being encouraged right now, and you see all these little stars around her. I'm just really getting in tune with her energy, and it's so sweet. Dream big. Take no prisoners. Be bold. Be brave. Put it out there, baby, and let the universe bring it back to you, because you've got some dreams that you really want to come to fruition. And it's time to step up, and don't let fear, don't let anyone else get in your way. If someone's doing this like la 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 in your ear, tell them to go away. You're not going to listen. All right. With that, we're going to close for the evening, and some beautiful messages. Wow. Some powerful messages. I was shuffling the energy oracle deck. I was shuffling as I was listening, and this card came out. So I do have to share it. We have another archangel in the house. I don't know what's going on, but this is Archangel Uriel, flew out. And this is the archangel of intuition, epiphanies, spiritual awakening, in getting messages. I mean, it couldn't come at a better time. So the angels are telling you, Archangel Uriel, we got Jophiel earlier in the reading. Uriel is saying, pay attention. You may get epiphanies in dreams and stuff that's coming out of nowhere. And so pay attention. And so for the weekend, as Dawn explained the astrology, we're coming out of the towers. We're getting into a little bit more calmness, but still hold your tongue for another couple of days and just be grounded, be peaceful, stay in the vibration of love. For those of you in the United States, we wish you a blessed weekend. Be safe as you travel. For those around the world, we are so grateful for you as well. And we are sending lots of love, lots of angelic, galactic energies to everyone. Stand tall, be in your authenticity, and dare to dream big. We'll let you go. It's been our honor and privilege. Thank you so much.